All right, all right, all right. What it do, what it do, what it do. This is Alvin here on Trying Success. Got a great show for you guys. First of all, I would just like to congratulate my alma mater, Jackson State, for being in the SWAC championship this year. I'd also send a shout out to Coach Sanders. He's doing an amazing job over there at Jackson State, the ultimate HBCU. We played Southern this past weekend, so we won. Anyway, enough about that. So today, you all, I told you last week that we're going to have a great show. I'm going to let this hat sit right here for all of my HBCU family members. We have a great show today. If you notice, we have a little thing with Bitcoin up there in the front. We have the dollar, the almighty dollar, and we have some coins down there. That represents something, and I'm going to explain that to you a little later on in the show. And I'm going to talk to you all about Satoshi. It's spelled Satoshi. There's different pronunciations for it. If you Google it, or some says Satoshi. But what's important is what that actually represents. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. But today, there's two things the show's going to be about. I want to talk to small business people that use merchant accounts to try to get their money payments and stuff like that. And also to talk to people or anybody that's like use the app for swapping money, probably like Cash App and things like that. There is an actual app or service that you could use and not have to pay all those fees. Like one of the apps that I was telling you all about, it's called Strike, 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 Strike. It's an actual payment app that you can use, and your fees will be a lot less. In certain cases, you don't even have to pay anything. But it's pretty new. Look it up, Strike. It's set up just like a regular merchant app, except for it's online, web-based. But you can receive payments and do money transactions, swap money. Like, for instance, if I want to send you $10, you want to send me $10 or whatever, as opposed to the bank charging you a fee for taking $10 out, like $3 or something like that, you can use this particular app, save yourself all the time, save yourself a lot of money. But it's called Strike, Strike. It's a payment system, especially for small businesses. You know, we are trying to do whatever we can to save ourselves the almighty dollar. Now, let me get this little mic down so I can talk to you all. Y'all can see me here. All right, okay, check this out. Bitcoin. All right, I really want my small business people and people that really don't really kind of gel a lot with the whole Bitcoin thing and don't really understand it, try to get the basic foundation of what Bitcoin really is. Now, let me try to explain it to you like this, because I'm new getting into it, but I'm going to tell you, if you're a small business person, or y'all like my jacket with JSU on, y'all see with that big J on it? Okay, I'm going to get back to work. All right, so the Bitcoin. So you see the Bitcoin right there? One Bitcoin currently today is worth $600+. So I'm not gonna give you an actual dollar amount, because probably by the time you see this show, it'll be more or less. All right, one Bitcoin is worth $600+ currently today on November 15th. All right. Now, so you can kind of understand how this, for me, that I learned that makes it so easy for me to understand how Bitcoin works. You see that word Satoshi, Satoshi, and you see those pennies at the bottom, and you see the dollar in the middle. All right, here's the way it works. One Bitcoin is worth today $600+. Those little coins that are out there makes up enough coins to get you one Bitcoin. So in other words, Satoshis is like a dollar. And then if you want to break it up into change or denominations, in this case, it'll be pennies. I think those are pennies, nickels, and dimes. All right? One Bitcoin equals to 600 and some plus dollars. Satoshis is Satoshi, which is small units of Bitcoin that make up in this case, like the pennies make up the dollar. Does that make sense to y'all? Because for a long time, I'm thinking Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin? And then until you get I want to read to you all what the definition of it is. So I want you to understand. So if you're thinking about getting into buying Bitcoin and stuff like that, which I suggest you do, even if you get a few until you're able to work your way up to one full coin, which would be at this current market of $600 and some dollars. That's how much it's worth right now. And then get this. The reason why they talk about the Bitcoin being worth more than $1, if you bought an apple today and the apple cost you $1, 2 years from now, that apple, the cost of living and stuff is gonna go up. It'll probably end up costing you, let's say $1.79, which is probably what it is now. A couple of years later, Apple is gonna go up in value. With the Bitcoin, it doesn't lose its value. So, for instance, that Bitcoin, you buy, you take one Satoshi and buy an apple with it, it's probably gonna cost you less over a period of time as opposed to if you use the dollar. Does that make sense? I'm gonna try to put it to you like this one more time. The Bitcoin by itself, currently today, is worth $600+. What makes it up is that little Satoshi right there, all right? Units of Bitcoin to get the one Bitcoin, to get the winning coin. The dollar here, $1, to get to that $1, it's a bunch of coins that you use to get to the $1. All right. So when you get into Bitcoin and stuff like that, try to understand exactly what it is so you'll know how and what you're getting. You think I'm going to buy me some Bitcoin. No, you're buying some Satoshis. You're not buying you can buy a full Bitcoin if you have the $600+ or whatever the value is at that time. So for my small business people, 2 things I want you to get into. Try to get into taking part of your profits, even if it's $1 or $2, you can buy small denominations of Satoshis that will equate to a whole Bitcoin. You don't have to buy a whole like $600 plus coin, just a little bit at a time. Over a period of time, it increases in value. The dollar right today, the value of $1 is pretty not that good, because y'all know the cost of living and everything. What would cost you, so say for instance $10 right now, in 2024 will probably be like $39. What you could buy for 10 a couple of years from now, it cost you more. That's the problem we're having with the dollar. All right. Now, it doesn't mean that the Bitcoin is going to replace the dollar or anything like that. They're not going to let that happen. It'll probably be right alongside. So it'll be. So look at it like this. You got gold. Gold is a tangible. They're not making any more gold. Gold has its own value by itself. The dollar, they've made so many dollars. They just press a button. Let's make some more money. Let's just print out some more money. Bitcoin is a digital coin that's equivalent to like a gold bar. You're not making any more gold bars. You're not making any more digital Bitcoins. So it has a value that equivalent to like gold. You got it? The gold, you're not making any more of it. The Bitcoin, you're not making any more. So it holds its value. The dollar, they print dollars out like, as needed, So the value of a dollar doesn't hold as much as it would gold. That's why people start pouring their money into gold and silver whenever there seems to be a problem in the economy, because the less of it is, the more value it has. All right, y'all got that? So do your homework. Understand exactly what you're getting into before you put all your money into this and not know what it really is. Understand like the basics of it, the foundation of exactly what it is. And we'll talk about it some more. But I'm really telling this to my small business people, because a lot of times we get into stuff and we so busy just running the business. But the purpose of being in business is so we can have some financial freedom. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, I'm going to talk to you all also about generational wealth on the next show. We're going to talk about it right now, especially for my small business people trying to be successful. We need to understand what generational wealth is and how generational wealth is. Let's see, what's the right word? Is the right thing to do, because it's not just about your family immediately. So that's kind of the little secret behind all that. You say I'm saving my money for my kids, and so they can have generational wealth. Well, you're teaching your kids to be selfish, just to think about them like we already have with the people that's currently behind. That has all like the I don't want to call anybody's name, but that has a lot of money already. It's just in their household. But that's not helping the people that we got. The homeless people out here. We got a whole bunch of people that have needs. You're trying to set money for the generation that's behind you, like building the parks and all those kind of things and stuff that people can benefit from for the generation behind you. That's not. It's just not for your household, for everybody in your household to be able to buy a new car, and everybody, all of the people with last name Watson got new cars, but the people, they just spending the money right in the family. That's not generational wealth. That's to me, that's kind of selfish. You like Kardashian. I don't mean anything about it, but it's kind of like because Kim does stuff, you know. So I'm not trying to say, but I'm just showing you, like with the Kardashian, you know what I'm saying? That money stays in the Kardashian family if they're not doing something to help the generation behind them, because eventually you're going to get old. I don't care how young you are, you're going to be old one day, and there's a generation behind you that need help. That's generational wealth, not just in your household, because you're teaching your people in your household to be selfish, to think about that last name Watson or whatever they are, Kardashian, you know what I'm saying? All right. I said I was going to say that for the next show, but it didn't happen. All right. Anyway, Satoshis is a small unit of Bitcoin equivalent to 100 millionth, 100 millionth. They just came up with that name. I know that is not a real word, but it's spelled MILLION with just TH on the end. Is equivalent to 100 millionth of a Bitcoin. All right. Bitcoin can be split into small units to ease and facilitate smaller transactions. That's where the name Satoshis came from. It was named after the founder of Bitcoin. That's where the word Satoshis came from. So think about it again. It's just small units, like the pennies are small units of the dollar to make a dollar. So let's just get the basics down so we'll understand what we're talking about. All right. Now we got that out the way. I wanted to also talk to you all about, it was one other thing I want to talk about. I talked to you all about the Strike, the app, STRIKE. Make sure, STRIKE. Make sure you all Google that and look it up so you can understand what Strike is. I broke down what Bitcoin is and how it's broken down into little small units of Satoshis. Now, some people be like, well, don't you already know that? But you know how it is. Some people in school sit at the front of the class and they catch on to everything. Some people sit at the back and they just, they sit at the back because they feel like they don't want to raise their hand for a question that they feel is stupid. But we all learn at different paces. So I hope someone learned something from understanding, heard this, did learn something today about the difference between what a Bitcoin is and the little smaller denominations that make it be a Bitcoin. All right. I believe that is all I have for you all today, guys. Go JSU, Jackson State University, which is my alma mater. But I just wanted to share that with you all today. All right. Next time you see me, we got something else we're going to talk about. We're going to go a little bit into generational wealth, but that's it for you all today, y'all. All right. Thank you all for listening to Trying Success. This is Alvin. I'm your host, and I will see you in a couple of days. I'm out. Peace.